Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for the powerful stories that you told. Whether or not that was the work that's being done with our children, developing new childcare businesses, whether or not the fact that the senior center should be open now. And I stood with folks in Chinatown to talk about that. Whether or not it's making investments in foster care, because I am adopted child, two of my siblings are adopted, and one of them spent 7 years inside the foster care system. This is personal. And the nonprofit sector should be viewed in the same way as the business sector. It's huge, doing incredibly important work. If some business came in and said, we're responsible for over 200,000 jobs, we're responsible for $77.7 billion in economic activity, you know what? They'd have a seat at the table. So I am committed as your next mayor to make sure that you do have a seat at the table. It is what I have done during the course of my career to make it work. I have to say I was actually quite surprised that in the human service sector, they don't register your contracts because they don't let you do that in the lines of work that I was in. They don't deliver the salt if they're not getting paid. And I know how hard you were working and how essential your workers were to keeping us going during COVID, to making sure people didn't fall through the cracks. We have to have a fair wage for everyone who's doing this incredibly important, incredibly hard work that makes our city better, more livable, more affordable for New Yorkers. And we have to act. This gets in the weeds for those of you who may not know about the indirect rate in a contract, who may not know about the fact that nonprofits are basically serving as New York City's banks, floating cash every day. But when I'm mayor, here's a radical thought: getting government to work for everyone every day so that we can all be better tomorrow.